Today's review, we're going to London brewery Gravity Well, one of my favourite breweries. This is Fermionic condensate. It's not easy to say, but it's an IPA. What's it going to be like? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back to Rockers Beer Review today. Gravity Well. They're a good favourite brewery of mine from East London. This is, I'll try and pronounce it again better, Fermionic condensate. I have no idea what that means. It's a New England IPA. It's 6%. Hop-wise, we have Nelson Sauvin, Citra, and Nectaron Cryo. Oh, and Superdelic Cryo. So 4 different hops. It's actually Citra, Nelson Sauvin, Nectaron Cryo, and Superdelic Cryo. We've got barley, wheat, and oats. 6%. Let's crack it open, get it in glass, see what it's all about. Now, I've recently had quite a few supermarket beers. And on the whole, they've been not too bad. But I wanted to get back to these bad beers. So this beer itself cost me £4.75. The supermarket beers, yeah, I mean, they were ranging from £3 up to about £4 and a bit. So this is obviously more expensive, but I'm expecting it to be much, much better in terms of quality. And beer in a glass, well, again, actually, when I was thinking about it like that, look at that. That is a beautiful custardy looking beer, slightly lighter custard. We've got 3 fingers, just off white, loose bubbled head. You can see that around the outside there, but that looks pretty good. See what the aroma's like. Well, there's no missing the Nelson from this. Grape, gooseberry, orchard fruits, apples, pears, that sort of stuff. Quite different, and I must admit, quite different than a lot of the supermarket beers. Now, I want to do this review because I have just recently drank one of the supermarket beers. I don't know when this will come out, but I've recently, I've got it, I'll show you what it is. It's a North one. Now, the review would have been out on the channel. It might have been out a week, might have been out a couple of days, but I gave that on 81, and I thought, God, and after I did it, I thought, I've overdone it, really. It's a good beer, but highly recommended beer? I don't know. I think, obviously, the value for money was a high number. I enjoyed it because it was a palatable supermarket beer, and I was thinking I'm enjoying it more because I know I spent £3 for it. This one's £4.75. But what I was going to say was that a lot of these new supermarket beers aren't using New Zealand hops, which I kind of find strange because all the other breweries are using New Zealand hops in at least 1 out of 2 beers that they make. So why the supermarket's not doing that? Seems strange. Maybe they think that the supermarket buyer isn't ready for New Zealand hops. But I am. I mean, that smell, gooseberry, melon, kiwi fruit, white wine, white grape. And there's a real sort of fresh lightness, just an aroma that you don't smell with tropical or citrus. It's just a third real big hitting aroma. Smells pretty good. Let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. Tastes delicious. I probably should have left it out a little bit more. It's a bit too cold. Body-wise, soft, light. It's quite light-bodied. Flavour-wise, I like the aroma. I mean, you get that grape and gooseberry really up front. Considering we got Superdelic, which I'm not quite sure what that brings. Nectaron is a bit of a mixture of all kinds of stuff. Citra is probably a bit more up front in this beer. But it's one of those sort of beers where Nelson Sauvin really takes the lead because it's one of those sort of very dominant flavour hops. It's just, I mean, it's 6%, so it's quite low on the ABV really even for an IPA. I think 6.5 is a sweet spot for IPAs. It's a little bit light. The flavour, it just makes it very drinkable, but at the same time, you drink it, you get a little bit of a hit of flavour I mean, it just washes itself away very quickly, which is, not dissimilar to supermarket beers. And to be honest, I thought I'd pick this one out because I thought, yeah, I'm going to show everyone that spending the money is better. But drinking this now, as much as it's a very good beer and it's a very enjoyable one, I think, is it worth £4.75? Which, let's face it, is still quite cheap for a bottle shop IPA. I don't actually think I can answer that question because I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed the North one. That was £3. This was £4.75, and I could get that for less than £3 if I bought 4 of them. I'm not going to get this for less than £4.75. It's a very enjoyable beer, and I like it, but I don't think it's going to score in the 80s as well. It's just a very good, consistent brewery, and I'm a little bit. I don't know what to say about it because I thought I was going to come and drink this and thought, yeah, you pay £1.50, £1.75 more, £1.75p more, you're getting a much better beer. But I don't think you are. I mean, I think you're getting a better beer, maybe a 20% better beer. Maybe this was £3.50. Yeah, pick this one all the time. But as soon as you get over £4, that North one is still pretty good for the money. It's a difficult quandary to make, but that's why I think that there's a place for supermarket beers. There's a place for these sort of beers. And yeah, I've probably got some IPAs. I look at my order in terms of what I've got. I tried to pick some cheaper ones because I knew I was going to compare them with a supermarket. So I bought a few Polly's IPAs. They were £4.50. But I've also got like a Beak IPA, £5.25. I've got a Northern Monk non-supermarket beer, which is a collaboration with Track, so some big hitters, £5.40 for an IPA. Yeah, and obviously I've got some dippers that are more money than that, and then I've got a few Azvecs, they're £4.99 again, so they're cheaper. But as much as this is a very good beer, and I enjoy Gravity Well beers, for me, they're not that far off being like Azvecs or Polly's in terms of that, that sort of IPA flavour. Everything is all in place and all great and enjoyable. But actually, I'm thinking that some of these recent beers from the supermarkets are closer to this. I thought they were going to be further away, but they're actually getting closer. So anyway, let's get some scores for this one. I'm doing all scores now like this live. So Gravity Well. Aroma. I mean, it smells really good. I think I'm going to give it 14 for aroma. Appearance wise, I mean, it's lovely and yellow and lemony and looking, and yeah, it looks the part. But we've seen so many IPAs that look the part, so I'm giving it an 8. Flavour wise, I mean, it tastes really good. We've got a soft but light body. I mean, it tastes really good. You like New Zealand hops, it tastes really good. I'm not really getting a lot of complexity. I'm getting a big hit at the front on gooseberry and all, just basically a merger of all those sort of New Zealand flavours. I'm not getting much else. There's very little in the way of grapefruit, very little in the way of citrus fruits. There's no tropicalness in there. It may be because it's a little cold. It's okay. I'm giving it 34. Value for money. Well, now £4.75 used to be. I think, that was not bad for an IPA, and it isn't bad. But I'm giving it an 8. And my overall experience, well, it's an enjoyable beer. But I've had so many better IPAs. Yes, I've had worse ones where I'm paying £3 for, but I've had lots around this sort of £4.50 to £5 level that have been better than this. And as much as it's enjoyable, I think I can only give it 14 for overall experience. Right, so we top the scores up. 22, 56, 66, 78 out of 100. So I think that's about bang on for this type of beer. It's a under £5 IPA, 6%. It needs a little bit more oomph, a little bit more flavour, a little bit more complexity. But what you get in here is a very solid IPA. And yeah, it is better than most IPAs in supermarkets. but it's only about 10-20% better. It's not double the flavour or double the greatness, really. So 78, it's a recommended beer. I like Gravity well. I think they're good. Their prices are reasonable for bottle shop type of beers, but they are very... they're all very similar. I mean, I had some great double IPAs from them that were under £6, and they were very, very good. So you will get the odd really great one, but with the 4 different hops in this, I've expected a bit better. I think it's probably a little bit cold, and also 6%. If it was 6.5 to 7%, I think there'd be a bit more oomph in flavour, but it's still pretty good, and I like Gravity well. So there's it. That's it for this video. So again, I've got the Pollies, I've got the Azvecs. They're all under £5 for IPAs, and some of the IPAs are like 7%. So they are a bit higher in ABV. So it'll be interesting to see how I really think about those against the supermarkets. But I think there's a place for supermarket beer, and if you're going to buy 4 beers and you want a consistency, or you want 4 or 5 beers and you're going to drink 4 or 5 in a night, then you can do a lot worse if you buy the right supermarket beers. You know, I think you'll still have a great time. So that's it for this review. Please like, please subscribe, drink a craft beer, and of course, keep on rocking.